blow their cover. So like this article says, alarm bells should go off when part of the exercise involves troops sneaking around in the dark and blending in among unsuspecting locals in outlying rural areas, which Jade Helm requires. All right? Notional or not, all this does not set well with the freedom-loving conspiracy theorists who see the populace being desensitized so as a military or militarized police force can easily move in to take their guns and property. Now, in the Apocrypha, it speaks about how they're going to be kicked. You Jakes out there, you're going to be kicked out of your houses. All right, that's in, what is that, 2nd Ezra's? Oh, okay. Yep.
This is back in 2nd Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able.
And why is that? Because the cities are going to be cordoned off. You know, you're going to have your Jade Helm forces. This is why they're practicing in the cities.
Yep.
For that very moment. When some crisis breaks out, they're going to have the cities under lock and key through something called the military curfew. All right? And that's what these traffic stops, that's really what they are. They're nothing but military checkpoints. All right? When you see a traffic stop, which predominantly happens in the city, that's a trial run for a military checkpoint. If you want to travel from one part of the city to another, you got to go through that checkpoint. And if you check out okay, then they allow you to go. Then they allow you to leave. So this is going to be reality soon, man.
And then there's going to be certain instances where you're going to try to get out of the city, and they're not going to let you get out.
You won't be able to get out.
You're going to be turned back around, or you'll be shot right on the spot.
Now, wait a minute. In Masada, some of the Roman troops, they starved out the Jakes that were in Masada.
Yep.
So could that happen today? Could there be a section of the city, or maybe even a whole city where Jakes dwell? Could they be surrounded and allowed to die in starvation? Yes. The answer is yes, because that's where your famine comes in. Does not the scripture, does not the prophecy speak about famine?
Yep.
So that's a man-made famine. It doesn't specify what kind of famine. Nevertheless, it's a famine. Right? You surround the city and the trucks can't come in, food can't come in. That's a man-made famine. That's a famine.
That's right. It says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
And that word famine means hungry. Because the Italian word for hunger is fame, famine, hungry. So a lot of you, especially you nigger women, you're really gonna be hungry. You got to eat every 5 seconds. You know, you're eating the Twinkies and the funny bones and when you send your henpecked pussy whoop boyfriend to go get you some Chinese restaurant, go get you some shrimp fried rice. You know, well when that happens, you can forget about that, man. That's gonna go right out the window. You're gonna go on a crash diet. You know, go ahead, brother.
It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbors, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Yeah, the lack of bread, that's your famine. And great tribulation.
That was pretty much it on that.
Yeah, so Jade Helm is part of that. That's why they're practicing. They're practicing for that very moment. All right? That's it.
Matter of fact, I jumped down to like the 50th verse, 53. If thou hadst not always slain my chosen, exalting the stroke of thine hands, and saying over their dead when thou wast drunken, set forth the beauty of thy countenance, the reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom, therefore shalt thou receive recompense. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall the Most High do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy cities shall be broken down, and all thy shall perish with the sword in the field. So you are doomsday preppers, and you people out there that have your bug out bags and you have your shelters out there, you know, where you're going to be hiding. You got food stored up for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. You know, you have provisions enough to feed yourself and your family. That's going to be taken from you because that's going to be invaded. When them people that's coming out of the cities are hungry and they come around you, you have guns and stuff like that, but eventually you're going to run out of bullets. You know, and if you don't run out of bullets, they're going to ransack you. You know, because it ain't going to just be 1 or 2 people. It's going to be a whole bunch of people that's going to storm you and they're going to take you down. You know, because a lot of you guys, you proud. You know, you make those doomsday prepper seasons and all that. And then you can see that they're proud. Yeah, you know, I'm ready for this. This is what I was born for. Blah, blah, you know, talking all that crap. But when all hell breaks loose and people are hungry, man, desperation is a mother, you know.
A hungry man is an angry man. Yeah. That's an old song, old reggae song. A hungry man is an angry man.
That's right. It says, they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger. So you guys that's in those shelters, you're going to die of hunger and eat their own flesh. You're going to turn back to cannibalism. That's why they made that movie The Road. You don't think that people say, oh, that's just a movie. That's not just a movie, man. When people are desperate, and they have no morals or no rules or regulations, and they're starving, they'll do whatever they got to do to survive. You know, even this guy, this heathen that we work with, you know, he said, look, man, if the shit goes down and it comes down to me and Fido, guess what? Fido's going down because he going to eat, basically. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, well, to die of hunger is extremely long, painful death, man. You know, to die of hunger.
So
and, yeah, some of you niggas are appointed for that very scenario, man. You're going to die of hunger. You know, you black consciousness morons. Some of you out there, you're going to die of hunger. You know, like Polite made that statement about eating kids and all that. He might be one of those niggas. You might have to just eat one of your kids. Go ahead, brother.
They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh and drink their own blood for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. Thou as unhappy shall come through the sea and receive plagues again. Because you America, you destined to receive these plagues. You know, the Most High is going to judge you. Because he said he's going to bring plagues upon Egypt as before. And that's talking about modern day America, which is spiritually called Egypt. So the Lord is going to bring certain things upon you that you're not going to be able to put off. It says, and in the passage they shall rush on the idol city, and shall destroy some portion of thy land, and consume part of thy glory, and shall return to Babylon that was destroyed. So this place, America, is going to be destroyed. It says, and thou shalt be cast down by them as stubble, and they shall be unto thee as fire, and shall consume thee and thy cities, thy land, and thy mountains. So basically, after all of that, Jade Helm and martial law and the microchip and concentration camps and insurrections and race riots and all kind of disturbances and anarchy, the final thing that's going to happen to you is you're going to be burnt up by the nuclear missiles.
This is a site. The headline is the End Time Bible Prophecy, and this was put up March 27, 2015. It says special forces set to swarm southwest and operate undetected among civilians and massive military exercise. In other words, you ain't supposed to know about it. Thai Army, this is another story, May 20th, 2014. Thai Army chief urges rivals to talk after declaring martial law. This is from October of 2013. Ex-Navy SEAL government provoking vets to bring on martial law. Ron Paul, this is October of 2013. Ron Paul warns of martial law and economic collapse. And there's a video on that. Democratic Congresswoman suggests martial law to end. And this was from put up October of 2013. Democratic Congresswoman suggests martial law to end government shutdown. And the Congresswoman was Representative Sheila Jackson out of Texas, I believe. Also, October 2013, Peter Schiff warns of martial law. This is